You mentioned that you are a recent graduate.
Yep.
Share with us some things that you saw that Miss Tucker set in motion to ensure that you were successful after graduation.
Always, always on top of my grades. Always ask me about them, and like especially like when she was doing her monthly thing, monthly visit that's required. She would mostly come to school,
Mm-hmm.
make sure my grades were straight. I taught my teachers. Like I actually had to take a summer class because I failed anatomy,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually set up a meeting with her and my teachers to see what I can do to bring the grade up to where I need to be. So I was failing like 3 classes, but I ended up bringing it past 2 of them. Ended up failing at me. I had to take a summer class, and then she gave a little motivational speech, and I ended up graduating during the summer.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Now, this Miss Tucker, she sounds amazing.
For sure.
Yes. Okay, and so one of the last questions I want to ask you is just with us working on our having more of a quality engagement with our teens, we want to make sure that we're honing in on helping you to maintain those important connections, whether it's with your community, whether it's with family members. Do you feel like you've been able to hold on or maintain those type of connections?
Yes. Miss Tucker or any of my caseworkers always, actually they've all told me that like when it comes to family and stuff and like connections that I have, that one thing I learned is a relationship goes 2 ways. Like if one person's trying and the other person's not, then it's one relationship that's not worth keeping. And that's what I've learned, and I feel like Miss Tucker and all my caseworkers have helped me figure out what relationships I need to keep and not keep. And I feel like all in total, like if I had those same relationships I didn't need now, I would be doing like not as good as I am.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And that's something I feel like we do have to make sure that we're helping to support our teens around. Because once this journey ends for you as far as you being in foster care, we want to make sure that you are being able to have great boundaries, great connections with those outside of, your walk with us. And so that's very encouraging to hear that Ms. Tucker has been helping you out with that. And so just in closing, I wanted to see if you had any additional things that you wanted to share with us, because it sounds like your case manager is rocking it out right now. But just overall for the work, what else would you like to share as far as what we can continue to improve on, just to kind of make it, to make your journey through the foster care process a lot easier?
So I stay in a group home right now, but I lived in quite a few foster homes. One of them, they had a lot of little kids, and I just from being there during monthly visits and stuff, just being in the same room, it seems like now all the kids have the same luck as I did when I got my caseworker, especially the younger kids. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like the case managers just need to work with the foster parents a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, that's great feedback. And in those times where you're reaching out to your case manager and you're letting them know if a placement is not working, how important is it for you to receive a response regarding concerns like that?
Very important, because if you don't feel comfortable or safe or whatever in your placement, it should be top priority to get you out of there. Mm-hmm. Because you just left a bad you just left a bad situation. That's why you're in foster care. Why would they put you back into another bad situation?
Right, absolutely. And so and I agree with you. I feel like from what I'm hearing you share is that one of the ways that you feel safe with being in our care is when we respond, and not just verbally, like we're not calling you back, but we're also taking action to make sure that we're putting you in a situation to where you feel safe. Mm-hmm. Okay.